We should all be pretty much familiar with microphones. I mean, we use them all the time and really don't even think about it. You'll find them on traditional home telephones and tucked away inside modern smartphones. If you've ever used a walkie-talkie or talked a jumper off the roof with a bullhorn or belted out a tune on karaoke night, you've had to use a microphone to have your voice heard. Microphones are transducers, and a transducer is a device that converts a signal from one form of energy into another. For example, radio antennas are transducers that convert radio frequency broadcasts over the air to and from electrical impulses. Lamps and light-emitting diodes convert electricity into light. And in this case, microphones convert the energy from sound waves into electrical signals. All the way back to at least 600 BC, people have been trying to make their voices heard louder. The earliest known type of tool for doing this was a somewhat creepy theatrical mask with a megaphone-like opening on the end. In 1665, English physicist Robert Hooke invented the lover's telephone, or better known to you and me as 2 tin cans and some string. The first microphone that found serious use was the carbon microphone. Englishman David Edward Hughes is generally considered the inventor and even created the word microphone. He didn't patent his design, but instead gave it away as a gift to the world. Meanwhile, years afterward, Emil Berliner and Thomas Edison also invented it independently and fought a long legal battle against each other to gain the patent in the United States. The courts would eventually side with Edison. Carbon microphones contain a diaphragm, or thin sheet of material, covering packed carbon granules. Pressure from sound waves in the air strikes the diaphragm. This causes the diaphragm to squish the carbon granules together, which happens to decrease their overall electrical resistance. This makes the flow of electricity change based on how hard the diaphragm is struck. Invented at Bell Labs in 1916, another type of popular microphone is the condenser microphone. Nowadays, condensers are better known as capacitors, and capacitors are one of the most basic electronic components, and they're used to store and discharge electrical energy. They typically consist of 2 plates and an insulator, or dielectric. There's a couple of different kinds, but in general, in a condenser mic, the diaphragm acts like one plate of an electrical capacitor. Sound vibrations cause the diaphragm to move, causing the distance between the plates to change, altering its electrical properties. Condenser mics require power for the initial charge for the capacitor, either through so-called phantom power via the microphone cable or an external battery. Condenser mics generally produce a high-quality audio signal, and they're commonly found in professional settings. Electret microphones are essentially tiny condenser microphones. They're used in cell phones, headsets, answering machines, and more. Unlike traditional condenser mics, they don't require power to kickstart the capacitive charge between the plates. They use special materials that maintain their static charge for hundreds of years. Once considered poor quality, nowadays some of the best Electret mics have been refined far enough to rival their traditional, more expensive condenser mic cousins. Well, that's all for now. To read more on this topic, check out the links in the description. If you have a suggestion for a topic you'd like to see covered, let me know in the comments. If you found this informative and want to know more random things in 3-minute bites, be sure to hit subscribe. Thanks for watching.